Okay, so thank you for meeting here with us today. Before we start, I want to say that everything we say here is confidential and won't be repeated unless you do express intentions of hurting yourself or someone else, in which case I'm a mandated reporter. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, so can you tell me your name
Kelly Badgett,
and how old you are?
18, 28.
18 to 28.
18, 28, in
Okay.
that range.
28. And what is your ethnic ancestry?
White, European, German, Irish, that area?
German Irish.
Yeah.
Are you from America?
Yes.
Where were your parents born?
Born in Germany and America.
So one of your parents is an immigrant.
Yeah.
Do you know how old they were when they came to the United States?
When they were a teenager, so somewhere in their teenage years.
What languages did you grow up speaking?
English. Yeah.
English. You didn't speak any German with your German parent?
Yeah. I done like little nursery rhymes and stuff on, that's it.
Was it your mom or your dad?
My mom's side. So my mom's side is all from Germany, and then my dad's side's all American.
Did you notice any differences in your family of origin household growing up versus other Americans?
Yeah, we're a lot more straightforward than fellow Americans. Like blunt, very honest, and overly honest to a point. We never
And
had,
that's
like,
a German quality?
Yeah, we never had like allowances or anything. We never had. Everything was just like chores and stuff were expected to be done. They weren't like rewarded for being done. So just minor things I noticed.
What about your gender and sexual identity?
Male and straight. It's always been that way.
Always, yeah?
Yeah.
And you feel comfortable that way?
Yeah.
How have you experienced American life as a straight male?
Oh, it's so hard. No, it's just normal. It's fine.
You feel normal?
Yeah, I feel normal. Yeah, I feel like I fit in pretty much anywhere I go.
Do you find that anyone treats you differently based on how you present yourself?
Not really.
No.
No.
You haven't?
I fit in pretty well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about class and financially? Economically, how do you fit into American society?
Very low income, not very. I just work all the time. That's all I do. But it's like, I guess that I don't know if that's how normal that is, but it's
To work constantly?
Yeah, to work and not have a lot of money. But it's like, I don't know how normal it would be. I don't know if it fits in. I'd say it's definitely not like shunned or looked bad upon, but it's not like it's not the average. The average may make it seem like the average is middle income. You have your house, you have your stuff set up for you, and your family and savings. And I barely had to experience that a little bit, like a few years ago, and now I don't have savings and stuff anymore.
So at one point in your life, you did have savings?
Yeah, of course.
And that was a markedly different experience from now?
Yeah, the savings at house, motorcycles, cars, a bunch of excess stuff. And I don't have excess stuff.
So you haven't always been low income?
No.
Was your family low income when you were a child?
Yes.
Yes. And then at what age would you say you stopped being low income?
When I was like 20 to 22 was when I started working as a full-time electrician, making like a lot more money than I was before, a lot more than my parents were making. So I did that for like 5 years, and then just kind of changed with a lot of life circumstances. That was no longer a high income. So.
Did you experience any differences in the way people treated you when you had more money?
Yeah, I had a lot more friends.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the money or not. But as I noticed the money started not being there, and the friends started not being there as much. I don't know if it's just status-wise or if they just wanted some of the money. I don't know.
Do you know the type of financial situation these friends had?
Yeah, similar to me, if not a little bit worse, similar.
Like when you were an electrician?
Yeah, I was working around other electricians and other contractors and general construction workers.
But then when you stopped being an electrician, you kind of stopped having these friends.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And I think maybe I recognized they had valued my money more than myself. I didn't like that though.
How did they value your money?
Being able to go out and pay for things, bars, drinking, going out to places, Disneyland, all these like places we'd go out and spend money. And I just kind of got over not wanting to do that. They still want to, and so they'd be around other people while you go do that. So.
What kind of things do you do as a low-income person?
A lot of video games and just doing things by myself.
Like what kind of things?
Just video games mostly, and hanging out, going to places that are free, like where we are. Like I don't seek out going to places that cost money for some reason.
How does it feel to, at one point, belong to like a different type of economic class than now?
And sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss having access things, but not as much as I would think I would want to miss it. I don't miss as much as I would think that I would be missing it. I don't really. So, yeah, I can look back on it, and I felt happy at the time, happier than I am at the time, but it came with other challenges and complications that I didn't care for.
Like what?
The more money you have, the more taxes you have to pay. A lot more taxes. I had to pay a lot of taxes in the year, and then having to deal with the kids and child support and all that fun stuff. And so there's a lot of stuff that is not as heavy on me financially now, but it's I don't know. It's a trade-off. I don't know if it's worth it or not. But it's a trade-off.
Do you have plans to stay in the financial situation that you are, or change your situation?
At the moment, yeah, just keep how I'm going with it right now. Just kind of keeping it still steady.
You're comfortable the way you are?
Yeah, kind of keeping it steady now.
What do you do for, like, happiness or contentment?
Mostly just keep myself busy with whatever's around me, with either video games, movies, going to the beach. That's pretty much it. All I do recently.
Do you have a social support system?
No.
No.
I don't know what that means.
Like, do you have friends and family
No.
who you can call when you are feeling
No.
down or need help?
No, not really.
No, you don't.
No.
Have you ever in your life?
No, except for a therapist. When I tried therapy, that was about it.
How was therapy for you?
They didn't give it too much of a chance.
You didn't give it too much of a chance. But you describe your therapist as a support person?
It was like someone that I was planning to call, and then I just never did. But I knew I had someone that I could call theoretically if I needed to. I just never reached out to him, and then I just stopped going.
So you don't really have a support system, and you have never really had one.
Not really.
Is that difficult? That's something that we see as like...
Difficulty's relative, and I don't have anything to compare it to. It's all I've had, so I don't know how difficult it would be without it. I couldn't tell you how difficult it was because I don't know how easy or hard it is currently for me.
Yeah. So when you had your friends, when you were an electrician,
Okay.
you wouldn't describe them as a support system?
Not really. Kind of just going out to like the bar once a week, just like doing stupid shit with them was enough to keep it pretty under control mentally.
Mhm.
That's all I really needed. And I never really reached out to them. Like if I needed to talk to them one-on-one or anything, never really did that. Never had a therapist, so it's something now that I want to try.
Yeah. So when you're feeling bad, or let's say, how often do you feel unhappy or dissatisfied with life or with anything day to day?
I'm unsure. Like, what would you say would be an average amount?
I don't think there is a good average amount. I'm just wondering what you do to soothe yourself when you don't feel good.
Oh,
if you don't have anyone to go to.
No, I just ignore it.
Oh, you ignore it?
Totally. push it away and just don't think about it.
Does that work for you?
For now, it's worked.
For now, it's worked.
Up until now.
Up until now?
And they kind of start coming back around into your head. It's harder to push them away eventually.
Push what away exactly?
Negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts. What kind of negative thoughts do you typically have?
Like specifically?
If you feel comfortable sharing like one or two, but you don't have to. Also,
nothing like specific stuff. I don't know. Just like stuff that's going on with my life that I'm not happy with. I just ignore instead of changing it. I don't know. It's something things that I can't change like right now. That I just push away. I'm not happy with it, but I can't do anything about it at this moment, so I just push it away, push it away, push it away.
will those situations come to a head one day, or are they?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it'll come back around and I can actually do something about it at some point. But at the moment I can't. So.
Do you have any activities or habits that you do as self-care to regularly maintain a peace within yourself?
Not really.
No, not really at all. Have you ever?
No, not really. I'd say going to the beach probably was one of them that I use. It's like a meditation kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I don't have like anything I could pinpoint and say, oh yeah, I do this to repair my mental state. Not really.
How often do you go to the beach?
I used to go a lot more often. I haven't been in a long time now.
You haven't been in a long time?
No.
Have you noticed a change in your mood by not going?
Probably.
Really? On the day-to-day, how would you rate your mood on a scale of 1 to 10?
Day to day, like 6.
6. Do you find that your economic status or culture contributes to that rating?
Not necessarily, because like I said, pretty much fit in. Everything around is what I've been around is common in my situation, and it's all very similar. I don't feel like an outlier of any kind. So I'm that influences it really.
You don't feel like you have a special circumstance?
Not really. Yeah.
Okay. What about the friends that you've had in the past? I asked before if they were similar to you financially.
Yeah.
Would you say they're similar to you in culture as well?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
White men.
White American with European backgrounds. Yeah, very much similar.
Do you ever interact with people who are from different cultures?
Yeah, I have. One of my jobs required me to go and meet with other people that were not my usual friend groups. I was doing counseling for a behavioral therapist, and there's a lot of kids that I was working with that were from other countries, India, but other countries that were totally outside my cultural norm, and so I got to be around that. It was interesting.
They were immigrants themselves.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hang out outside of that setting?
No, it was typically just work setting. I mean, there was a couple times they offered me to stay over and get we'll make you some food, maybe some dinner, or whatever. And that was pretty cool. I had to try out stuff that I'd never tried before, food-wise, which was just super cool to me.
Yeah.
I love trying new food, so that was great. But yeah, other than that, it was their cultures were it's very different to observe, but something we couldn't connect with. But it's still like being in America had a very similar base around the culture, just because of the location we were currently in. Their background was from somewhere else, but they were still American. Yeah.
Have you ever lived anywhere other than America?
No.
Or Southern California, where we are?
Not even Southern California.
No.
I've always lived right here. Yeah.
Do you plan on staying here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah? Your experience is positive?
That's all I know. Not positive or negative. It is what it is.
How do you feel about change in general? Big changes or small changes?
I don't like change.
You don't like change? You know that about yourself?
Yep.
What don't you like about change?
The fact that it changes things. That's purely it. I just don't like changing anything. I like normal. I like being able to expect everything. I don't like unexpected. I don't like surprises. Change brings those along.
You like knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah, change brings unexpected things and challenges and surprises that you're not anticipating. So typically, don't like those.
Can you think of an unexpected change that you've experienced recently?
No, I don't really allow them to occur.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of don't change things, so nothing changes.
So they really, you haven't
Yeah.
like experienced change in a long
Not
time.
really.
It sounds not in any way.
Everything's been expected and I've foreseen things coming. Nothing's really been unexpected for me. I try to avoid changes.
What if a big change did occur? For example, what if like your job changed unexpectedly?
Okay. What about it?
Can you imagine if you were let go from your job, for example?
Okay. Yeah.
How do you think you would feel?
Probably be pretty negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I try to avoid these changes.
Yeah.
The changes typically don't bring anything positive, in my experience. It's always some degree of negative when there's unexpected and changing. So I try to avoid it.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking today. We'll see you next time.
Yay.